brought the kids back yet?
No. Take them down to the basement, teach them the lyrics of that number. Go with Larry and learn the lyric.
Should I send in Paul?
Yeah, send in Paul.
Thank you.
Sir, you wanted to see me?
Yes, Paul. Look, I really like the way you dance. No, Paul, I mean it. So I wanted to try this again, okay? Look, for one thing, if you're gonna change your name, why go from a Puerto Rican one to an Italian one?
Because I don't look it. People say, you don't look Puerto Rican. You don't look Puerto Rican. But I am.
What, so you figured you looked Italian?
No, I just wanted to be somebody new. So I became Paul SanMarco.
Why'd you want to become someone new, Paul?
Why? I'm not exactly proud of my past.
Who is? It's the meaning of the word, Paul. It's the past.
That might be easy for you to say, but...
Look, what made you start dancing? Your parents?
No. What do Puerto Ricans know about theater? Now they have Channel 47, but then they didn't have anything. Oh, but my father really loved movies. He'd take us all the time. He worked nights. He'd come home, he'd take us up to 42nd Street. He'd go from one movie to another movie. I don't know why, but I love musicals.
How old were you?
7 or 8.
8 years old, on 42nd Street.
Yeah, it was a trip.
Go on.
I'd sit down front, because I couldn't see. I wear contact lenses now. I'd move down front, and these strange men would come and sit beside me and play with me. I never told anyone that before, because I guess it didn't matter.
Why wouldn't that matter, Paul?
Why?
Look, Paul, if this is too much, I have your picture in your resume.
No. From seeing all of those movie musicals, I used to dance around in the street. I got caught all the time. God, it was embarrassing, but I was always being Sid Charisse. Always. Which I don't really understand because I always wanted to be an actor. I mean, I really wanted to perform. One day, my cousin comes up to me and says, "You will never be an actor." And I knew she was telling me this because I was always such a sissy. I mean, I was terribly effeminate, but that didn't bother me. What bothered me was that I didn't know how to be a boy. One day, I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, "You're 14 years old. You're a faggot. What are you going to do with your life?" By that time, I was at Cardinal Hayes High School. There were 3,000 boys there. I had no protection anymore. No homeroom where I could be charming and funny with the tough guys so that they would fight my battles for me, like when I was in small schools. I liked school, but my grades got so bad. Even if I knew the answers to questions, I wouldn't raise my hand because I would be afraid that they would make fun of me. They would even whistle at me in the halls. It was awful, just awful. So, finally, I go down to the principal's office, and I say, "I'm a homosexual." Well, it was a Catholic school, and at 15, you just didn't say that. And he said, "I think you should see a psychologist." So I did. And he said, "I think you are very well adjusted for your age, and that you should quit school." So I did. But I didn't want to. I couldn't take it anymore. See, when I quit school, what I was doing was trying to find out what it was that I was. I was trying to find out how to be a man. There are plenty of people in this world that don't know how to be men, and since then I have found out that I am one. I was looking for the wrong thing. I was trying to find out how to be butch. Anyway, I was hanging around 72nd Street, meeting all these strange people, just trying to make friends, you know, who were like me, so I could figure out what it was that I was. Somebody told me that that they were looking for dancers. The Jewel Box Review, you know, the drag show. So I go down to audition. And from all of those years of being Sid Charisse, I have this fabulous extension. I mean, I could turn anything at my first audition. But they said, "You're too short to be a boy. Would you like to be a pony?" I said, "A pony? What's that?" I said, "A girl." "Girl? Well, what do I have to do?" "Show it your legs." "But I have hair on my legs." "Well, it's no problem. Come upstairs." So I follow them upstairs, and they hike up my dungarees, put on a pair of nylon stockings and high heels. It was freaky. It was incredible. So I go back downstairs, and they say, "You have fabulous legs." I said, "Really? Terrific." It's so strange thinking about all of this now. It's a whole lifetime ago. I just passed 16. Anyway, then there was this thing about hiding it from my parents. That was something. Because I had to get all this stuff. You know, like shoes to rehearse in, earrings and makeup. I'd hide it all and my mother would find it. I told her that there was this girl in the show and that she didn't want her mother knowing what she was doing, and I was holding it for her. She believed me. Well, I was finally in show business. It was the asshole of show business, but it was a job. Nothing to brag about. Had friends. But after a while, it was so demeaning. Nobody had any dignity. They were all ashamed and considered themselves freaks. I don't know, I guess it was a lack of dignity that got to me, so after a while I left. I muddled around for a while. Worked as an office boy, a waiter, but without an education you just can't get a good job. So when the Jewel Box called and asked if I would come back, I went. We were working the Apollo Theater on 125th Street, doing 4 shows a day in a movie. It was tacky. The show was going to go to Chicago. My parents wanted to say goodbye and were going to come and drop off my luggage. I don't know why, but I said yes. We were doing this Oriental number, and I looked like Anna Mae Wong with these 2 great big chrysanthemums on either side of my head and this huge headdress with gold balls hanging all over it. I was going on for the finale and going down the stairs. Who should I see standing by the stage door? My parents. They got there too early. I didn't know what to do. I thought to myself, I know. I'll walk quickly past them like all of the others and they'll never recognize me. So I took a deep breath and headed down the stairs. And just as I passed my mother, I heard her say, "Oh my God." I died. I had to be on for the finale, so I just kept going. And after the show, I went back to my dressing room, and when I had finished taking off all my makeup and dressing, I went back downstairs, and there they were, standing in the middle of all of these freaks. And all they could say was make sure to write, "Please eat and take care of yourself." Just before they left, my father turned to the producer, and he said, "Take care of my son." That was the first time that he ever called me that.
Paul. Paul, it's okay. It's fine.
Zach, are you ready for them?
Yes, sir. You all right? Okay. Go take a second. All right, bring him in.
Okay, kids, here we go. Everybody in.
Larry, get the hats.